آپ کو بتائیں کہ فاروق نسیم اس وقت اسلام آباد میں تقریب سے خطاب کر رہے ہیں.
We only look at the paper, whatever is before us, the file, look at the evidence and we decide. We don't have a mechanism whereby we can determine the real truth. The real truth will be whatever comes out from the file, and that takes time. So first of all, we also need to maybe change our attitudes, and we need to understand that whenever we are in dispute with any adversary of ours, we should try to understand whether we are on the right. It is not always true that we are always on the right. That we should try to understand what the other person is saying and suggesting. Maybe he's right, maybe he's wrong. And we've got to be honest about our rights. And when we are honest about our rights, then the threshold of the litigation will go down. The courts will have more space. The police will have more space. Some of the reforms that we have already implemented, and some of the reforms that we are going to implement, I'll just tell you how the burden on the police will also come down. In the criminal reforms that we are about to introduce, and I think in a month's time we'll be able to table the bill, we have for every offence which is not against women, every offence which is less than 7 years, we are providing a mechanism of plea bargain. And if this plea bargain system works well, and it has worked well in other countries, many other countries, and it is not just under the NAB law that this plea bargain should exist, it should exist across the system, across the criminal justice system. As a practicing lawyer, I have seen that a man is charged with a particular offence. There may or may not be full evidence against him. The court dribbles for 20 to 25 years and the person is acquitted for lack of evidence. The witnesses don't turn up. So there's no point in subjecting that particular person or putting the entire criminal justice system in travail. And these are some of the amendments that we've done. So I was talking about the women enforcement rights, and through this statute, and this statute has been passed in the ICT, this has been passed in KP, this statute has been passed in the Punjab. I'm not aware that Sindh has taken up this very important statute. Balochistan, I think, has also not taken up this statute. But if KP, Punjab and ICT, they're able to properly enforce women's rights across the board, and the applicant in this case could be the woman herself, could be a friend of that woman, could be an NGO, could be any stranger, could be the police. Anyone can file a complaint to get any woman's property rights enforced through the ombudsman. Now, in case the ombudsman finds that the case is complicated, then what he or she will do, she will then make a reference. She'll engage a lawyer, and that lawyer will draft a reference, and that reference will be sent to the civil court. It will relieve that particular woman from trying to find the best lawyer or trying to afford that lawyer, and that reference will be sent to the civil court and will be treated as a civil suit. So all these steps will be a great relief for the woman, but it will have to be implemented. The law ministry or the law minister cannot implement these laws. These laws are to be implemented by every one of us. Some of the laws that I've made, the implementation part has to be done by the police and the courts. You know, sometimes these indexes, they come, that Pakistan is ranked as 120 out of 121 in its legal and justice ranking, and there is a panic in the media. And I ask them some of the times, my dear friends, the journalists, I tell them, look, the federal government, the law minister, the law secretary, they can only make the laws, suggest a way forward. These have to be implemented by the people, by the courts, by the police. But then again, my earlier point that don't go by these ratings, just take your own stock and see where we stand. If you compare the awareness, say about 50 years ago, 40 years ago, and the awareness which is now with regard to women emancipation and women rights, there's a world of a difference in Pakistan. I'm not saying that we have reached the optimum level. A lot needs to be done. Actually, women are to be educated. Women are to be told what their rights are. More than the police or the lawyers or the law ministry or the judges knowing what these rights are. I think the women are to be informed. Some participants, some ladies are here, and I'll be surprised whether they know about this law, that this law exists, that there is a law with regard to women enforcement of their property rights. So this is where we request the local governments, we request the police, we request the media to propagate these laws so that the women of our country are educated, they are told, they are informed that these are our rights. Then of course we had the Legal Aid and Justice Authority Statute. This is also 2020. And under this, if there is a criminal case with regard to women and children, then a whole legal aid mechanism has been given throughout Pakistan. Earlier the legal aid system, which was under the district judge, for some reason it wasn't working, and I think the main reason was that the district judge didn't have the time. And therefore we have put this under the Ministry of Human Rights. I have drafted this law, and it really takes care of a lot of problems that give rise to legal aid with regard to petty crimes or even major crimes with regard to women and children. And if this is enforced, this has to be enforced at different levels, and it will make a world of a difference. We also have a domestic violence statute. This is the Domestic Violence Prevention and Protection Act 2020. There are some cultural, social, religious issues, and we have referred the matter to the Council of Islamic Ideology, because we are not there to be at loggerheads with anyone. We want the entire system to work in harmony. Whether it is the Council of Islamic Ideology, it is the clergy, it is the emancipated class, the liberal class, or the middle class like myself and Mr. Reddy. So we want the entire system to work in harmony. Then we had the anti-rape laws. Now the anti-rape laws are laws which are very important. What happened was that we got it through the National Assembly. An ordinance was promulgated. We got it through the National Assembly. For certain reasons, these two ordinances have lapsed in the Senate, but they are being put in the joint session, and I'm pretty hopeful that they be passed, because these laws are such which have been very favorably commented by the Lahore High Court, by many international commentators, although I've told you I don't believe in these indexes, but if there is a favorable comment, I think I'd like to take that. Now what this anti-rape law does, it creates a special court for the sexual or the violence against women offences. It creates an anti-rape crisis cell. It creates a set of independent support advisors. There is a category of sex offenders. There is to be a sex register which is to be made by the NADRA and maintained by it. And under this statute, what we've done, we have made the adverse character of a woman to be inadmissible. अब देखिए होता क्या था, अब हम सब बैठे हुए all Pakistanis, होता ये था, ایک عورت پر الزام لگا دیا, ایک عورت نے کسی پہ الزام لگایا, اس پر الزام لگا دیا اس کے کیریکٹر کا. ایک چیز ہوتی تھی 2 فنگر ٹیسٹ, جس کو پوری دنیا نے ریجیکٹ کر دیا, ہم اس کو فالو کر رہے ہیں. اس قانون نے اس 2 فنگر ٹیسٹ کو abolish کر دیا. اس قانون نے they've made an adverse character of a woman to be inadmissible. مطلب یہ کہ اس عورت کے ساتھ زیادتی ہو گئی, اس پہ یہ کہا جا رہا ہے کہ جی اچھا ٹھیک ہے, وہ فلاں 20 سال پہلے تو تمہارا کسی سے فلانے سے لو افیئر تھا نا, اس کا ایویڈنس دکھایا اور اس بھیڑیے نما انسان کو ایکوٹ کروا دیا. We have banned that. All of that has now become inadmissible. But that doesn't mean, look, we've got to balance the system. That doesn't mean that the system should be favorable to one gender and unfavorable to the other. There has to be a balance. Now, a type of law such as this, a great responsibility now will come upon the women. They have been, even in this tenure of 3 years in the law ministry, I have heard false accusations being made by some women. اب کسی کوئی کہیں کام کر رہی ہے, اس کو پروموشن نہیں ملا, اس نے جی ہراسمنٹ کا کیس کر دیا. بھائی یہ بھی نہیں کریں نا, ایسے نہیں کریں. ہوگا کیا اگر آپ یہ کریں گی؟ تو جو میرے جیسے اے ڈی جیسے لوگ ہیں جو آپ کے ساتھ کھڑے ہوئے, اپنی بہنوں کے ساتھ کھڑے ہوئے, ہمیں پیچھے ہٹا دیا جائے گا. ہم جیسے لوگ جو کھڑے ہوئے ہیں تاکہ خواتین کے جو حقوق ہیں ان کو دلوایا جائے. اور اگر یہ عمل جو ہے, اور سیکشول ہراسمنٹ ہوتا ہے اور جو ہوتا ہے اس کو پنش ہونا چاہیے, ایسے مرد کو بالکل ہونا چاہیے, لیکن پھر جھوٹی کمپلینٹس بھی نہیں ہونی چاہیے. یہ اس میں دیکھیے, اس میں آپ کی ہماری بہنوں کی رسپانسبلٹی بڑھ جاتی ہے. یہ ہماری بہنیں جو ہیں, پھر اس میں سے اگر کوئی ایسی کالی بھیڑیں ہیں, ہماری بہنیں ان کو دیکھیں, ان کو چیک کریں, ورنہ دیکھیے یہ پھر سسٹم نہیں چلے گا. اس قسم کے لا بن گئے اور پھر اگر مثال کے طور پہ 100 کیسز جینوئن ہیں ہراسمنٹ کے, 5 کیسز جھوٹے ہیں, وہ 5 کیسز کی نا پھر اتنی شہرت ہوگی کہ یہ جو 100 کیسز کے لیے جو یہ لا بنا ہے نا, یہ سب پیچھے چلا جائے گا. تو میرے خیال میں دیکھیے قرآن پاک جو ہے نا, خواتین کا سٹیٹس ادھر ہے, خواتین کے پیر میں جنت ہے. فار گاڈ سیک, آپ کا سٹیٹس بہت بڑا ہے. جو خواتین یہ کہتی ہیں نا کہ جی اسلام ان کا سٹیٹس جو ہے وہ انفیریئر رکھتا ہے, آئی ایم سوری, وہ دیکھا ہی نہیں, سمجھا ہی نہیں. آپ کے پیر کے نیچے جنت رکھی ہوئی اللہ کی ذات نے, اس سے بڑا کوئی سٹیٹس ہو سکتا ہے؟ With a higher status comes a higher responsibility, and the higher responsibility, the highest responsibility is to be truthful. You've got to be very truthful. اور آپ یہ سمجھیں کہ ایسا نہ ہو کہ آپ کی کسی ایک عمل سے آپ کی تمام دوسری بہنوں کے رائٹس جو ہیں وہ جیپرڈی میں آ جائیں. لوگ کہیں یار یہ تو دیکھیے, اب میں یہ بات کر رہا ہوں نا کیونکہ میں نے دیکھا ہے زیادہ تر کیسز جینوئن ہیں, 2-4 کیسز جو جینوئن نہیں ہیں اس کی وجہ سے باقی لوگ, باقی جو ہماری بہنیں ہیں ان کی کیسز متاثر ہو رہے ہیں. ایسے نہیں کریں. نمبر 1. نمبر 2, یہ جو اینٹی ریپ کا جو ہم نے لا بنایا ہے, اس کے اندر میں اس کی کاپیاں اے ڈی صاحب آپ کی طرف بھی بھیجتا ہوں. وی آر ناؤ گوئنگ ان دی جوائنٹ سیشن. اس کے اندر اگر آپ کے ہاں کوئی اس میں امپروومنٹ ہے, ہمارا کوئی ایگو نہیں ہے, ہمیں بتائیے, ہم امپروو اس کو کر دیں گے. ہماری ڈیلی اس پہ میٹنگز ہو رہی ہیں. ایون ٹوڈے وی ہیو اے میٹنگ ایٹ 7:30. اگر اس میں آپ کے یہاں کوئی ہمارے لا منسٹری آ سکے, کوئی آپ کا ریپ, اس کو بھیج دیں پلیز. آج 7:30 بجے یہ میں لاز بھی آپ کے پاس چھوڑ جاؤں گا. اینڈ اٹ از ناٹ جسٹ دیز اینٹی ریپ لاز, ویو آلسو امپرووڈ دا ڈیفینیشن آف ریپ. ریپ کی اپنی ڈیفینیشن جو سالہ سال سے ایک چلی جا رہی تھی, دیٹ ہیڈ بیکم آرکیک, دیٹ واز not being properly implemented, اور اس کو بھی ہم نے سارے کو چینج کیا ہے. I leave all of these and will اب پھر آپ اس کو دیکھیے گا. And in the criminal reforms, what we are doing, we are introducing a section 354 capital B, and that is called stalking a woman. It says if a woman complains to the officer in charge of a police station that she is being stalked by a man, the officer shall issue a notice to the man, and upon finding his explanation to be unsatisfactory through a written order, shall issue a caution to the man warning him to remain away from the complainant on such terms and conditions as deemed fit. ایسے مرد حضرات ہیں نا وہ سمجھتے ہیں
وفاقی
کہ ان
وزیر
کا رائٹ ہے.
قانون فاروق نسیم پولیس لائن میں تربیتی کورس کی تقریب سے خطاب کر رہے ہیں.